Today I'm going to show you how you as a developer are changing a program using ISPW. This is ISPW's main panel. From this panel you normally choose the option P for containers to get into the container list. Here you see a list of active containers. That this one is filtered on user ID, but removing that filter you can use filters to see this list in any other way. For changing a program, for working with a program, you can choose to reuse an existing container, or you can add a new one. I choose to add a new one, and I do that by giving the command add on the command line and press enter. Then I end up in an add create new container panel. The container type is A for assignment. An assignment is a container that have tasks in it. You have to give a description. And you have to validate that you are working within the right application and in the right stream and path. After that you just press enter and the task is created, and you have a new panel for adding tasks to the assignment. In this demo I'm going to work with a COBOL program and a copybook. So I start with giving the type COB for COBOL, and I happen to know the name of the program, so I type it in and press enter. You see in the upper right corner that this task is added to an assignment. I also will add a copybook, and that's the type copy. I'm not that sure about the name, so I give a wildcard and ends up with a list of 2 tasks or components to choose from, and I choose the first one. You see on the status line that this one is added as well. Backing out with PF3, I come back to the assignment, to the container, and you see the container name is play273, and it now consists of 2 tasks, 1 COBOL and 1 copy. First thing I have to do is to check them out. I do that with the command C, and the copybook only had a version in production, so it was automatically received from there. And the COBOL program have 1 version in production and 1 outstanding version in the QA environment. As the QA environment is the newest one, ISPW suggested you should pick this one. I do that by just pressing enter, and we have now both components checked out. For doing a change, I select the component I want to change. I end up in a normal ISPF editor session. I can do the changes I want to do and press PF3 to save the component and come back to the task list. I'll do a small change in the copybook as well. And save it. Now I have done both the changes in both of the components, and next I have to do is to compile the COBOL program. I do that by giving a J command that ends up in a generate panel, and this panel have a lot of options to choose from. Don't be afraid, this panel could easily be modified to suit you, And this is just an example of everything we can store around every component. I choose just to press enter to start to compile or generate. And you see batch job is submitted. And it seems to be finished already, and I can do a BL on the component to browse the list, the output list from the generate or the compile, and you can validate that everything is okay. You can also do a BA, browse the associations for the component. You see that this COBOL component has created an object module and list, the one we previously browsed, and a load module. So now everything is up and ready to test in the dev1 environment or level. If I choose to go further, go up to next test level, I do that by giving the command P for promote and press enter. Then ISPW creates a set container. A set container is a temporary container just for this for executing this process. So I just press enter, and the promote process starts immediately. You see that the copy has already been promoted, and now we start to regenerate the COBOL program in the target environment. So now everything is now the program is regenerated, and you see that both components are in stage 1 level. So now we can test in this level. Maybe we end up in some problem. We have to do a change in this source program. So I try to do that by selecting this one, and you see that you're not allowed to do that because this level, the stage 1 level, is a controlled level. So being able to do that change, I have to regress the component back to the lowest level. I do that with the command X, and we create a set for that, and this component is just moved back to the dev1 environment. Now I can do some changes in the program. I do PF3 for saving it, and I have to generate it to see that my changes was successful. When the generate is finished and everything was okay, I can now promote it back up to the promote level, to the stage level. And you see that now both the COBOL program and the copybook is on the stage level. Going further up in our sequence, we just do another promote, going into the next level, and this time I end up with a problem. if you remember, I did the checkout of the COBOL program from the QA level, and now we are going up to the QA level, which means that we are going to replace that version that already was in that level. We get some information from the product, from ISPW, and this ISPW is informing us that this component we are working with is based on the same component that actually are in the QA environment, and that means that they suggest that we could replace it. So I do that by pressing enter. And you see the QA level is a very controlled level, so now we end up in an approval process. So approval is required. We go into the approve process by just placing the cursor on the approve on the list and press enter. You see that this play is have a need for an approve, and I am in that quality group, so I'm allowed to do that approve, and I do that by giving an A in front of the line. So coming back, you see that on the list, you see that the set is already there while executing, and as soon as the promote is finished, the set is closed and removed from this list. Going back into the assignment, you can see that both my components now actually are in the QA level. And by this, I hope that you have had a insight of how to work with within ISPW, and I thank you for your attention.